to see. If you a freak, then come on with me. And I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. Yo, girl, kiss me, girl. I do buy. Shake for a shake. I'm throwing these Emirates in the sky. Spinning this off.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, people? Trey Cam 12 here, just in case anybody forgot about me. And this is the season 4 premiere of Trey's Point of View! Yes! 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 Excuse me, I had to have a little bit of fun before the episode started because I am so happy. I'm so excited to be back on YouTube, bringing back the show, Trey's Point of View. And let me just give y'all a little update of where I've been. From earlier this year, in January, up until now, you know, I've been trying to get things in my personal life back to the way I wanted it to be. I have an awesome job now. I have an amazing girlfriend now. And everything seems to be right on track. Another little update is my old laptop broke, which was the red one. I don't know if y'all ever got to see it or not, but that one broke. My dumbass. I spilled apple juice on it. Yes, that is correct. I had a cup of apple juice. One of my friends on Skype made me laugh so hard that I dropped it all over the computer. So that was fried. So just kind of just going with the flow with life lately, and now I bring the show back like 11 months later, and it's well I'm just trying to find the words because I am very happy to be back. And you know, my views, people still watch my videos, which is awesome. I can't thank everybody enough. I still get subscribers. By the way, please click that subscribe button. Fool, I will pop you. Chris Levi White. What was I saying? Click that subscribe button down there. It's somewhere down there. You know, I really like the subscribe button was just up there because it was just the convenience of saying click it up there. But subscribe to Trey Cam 12. This is a season 4 premiere of Trey's Point of View, episode 4D. Episode 40. Now, in the last episode, I was talking about Royal Rumble and all of the shit around that time. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing, you know, basically catching myself up on the things that I've missed, just giving my brief thoughts on every pay-per-view up until this Sunday's Survivor Series. Now, without further ado, let's get right down to it. Not going to waste any time because this is the point of the show where I would say I give you wrestling news from my point of view, but this is me catching up from my point of view. Let's start off the show with WrestleMania 30. This year's WrestleMania, I watched it live. It was unbelievable. I'll just say this. WrestleMania 30 was better than 27, 28, and 29 all combined. We had everything happen. WrestleMania 30 was an emotional roller coaster for fans around the world, and especially me, because I absolutely love professional wrestling, and I loved every bit of the show. Well, maybe not every bit of the show, but I'll get to it. Match of the night, in my opinion, is Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. The winner of this match, or the winner of the match, would go on and face Batista, Randy Orton, be added to the match, make it a triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Bryan got the win over Triple H, which I was pulling for Daniel Bryan the whole way. Even though Triple H is my favorite of all time, that match just had everything. Triple H, excuse me, I may cough a little bit in this episode because the weather's changing. It's acting like a bitch, so fuck it. Triple H took control of the match. Daniel Bryan made his comeback, and it was just back and forth, for a little bit towards the end. Daniel Bryan won with the running knee, and man, that crowd just went nuts. I mean, absolute ape shit. And I think a lot of people knew that Daniel Bryan would win the match, but there was still a little bit of doubt because it was booked. Triple H was just booked so well. That match just was so awesome. So Daniel Bryan would go on to face Batista and Randy Orton. Now, when I'm going over these pay-per-views, I'm not going to discuss every little detail because that'd be too long. So I'm just going to give the highlights of each pay-per-view in my opinion. The next biggest thing that I want to talk about from WrestleMania 30. Brock Lesnar defeated The Undertaker cleanly in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. 3 F5s. Brock Lesnar ended the streak. And I have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. And here's why. For all the years that Undertaker has gone undefeated at WrestleMania, he was 21-0. 21, not straight, 21 WrestleManias altogether. He won all of them. Lesnar has the credentials, he has the background, and just look at him. He is a monster. He was believable. We believe that, he could beat the streak. He is believable. And he beat it. He did it. And just like with many other fans, my jaw was dropped. I mean, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. The match itself left much to be desired, in all honesty. But it's all good. It's all over and done with. Lesnar is the one in 21-1. Main event of the evening, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Bryan would get the win by making Batista tap out, and that was the perfect way to end WrestleMania 30, in my opinion. Now let's move on to Extreme Rules. I'm going to talk about, just a couple of highlights. Daniel Bryan would defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against the Monster Kane, the Demon Kane. Sorry, they kept saying the Demon Kane over and over and over, but to be honest with you, he was in the suit for so long that all of a sudden, he's back being the demon, the devil's favorite demon, and I wasn't that interested in it. Overall, the match was okay. The end with the table on fire, it was harmless. It was cool. I mean, it was cool to see that because we don't get to see that in WWE, so it's all fine and dandy. The Shield versus Evolution 6-man tag team match. That match was brutal. It was all over the damn place. And the Shield would get the win. Shield got the win. Roman Reigns speared Batista and got the win. To my knowledge. Now, I could be wrong because it is a while back it was a while back ago. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then I know this is the internet. They will shoot me for it. So, it's all fine. But I do know, I did like Evolution coming back. Evolution was awesome back then, and it was awesome even now. Let's see. Payback was the show after Extreme Rules. We had Shield versus Evolution 2. And that match was all over the place. It was longer. They had more time to drag it out a little bit more. And the Shield got the win over Evolution. It was a 6-man tag elimination match. I think it was like no disqualifications on there as well. To my knowledge, it was no disqualifications. It could have been no holds barred or street fight, but there's no freaking difference, to be honest with you. Street fight, no holds barred. It's the same freaking thing, so. But that match was awesome. Seth Rollins jumped off of the freaking Titantron. He didn't really jump off the top of the Titantron. He just kind of jumped off the little front part of it. That's, the stage would be like right here. Here's a whole Titantron right here. And he just kind of jumped off like the front of it. But that's still cool to see. They got this clean sweep over Evolution. That was all awesome. And then Daniel Bryan suffered an injury, which he's still gone now. So he was forced to surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship a few weeks after Payback, which leads us into Money in the Bank, where Seth Rollins would climb the ladder and grab the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he is still to this day Mr. Money in the Bank. Now, of course, he would turn on his Shield brethren to get there, but you got to make money. You got to make money. This business is about money. You're not there to make friends. But I mean, it's all good. I like the way that they have handled Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the top bad guy in WWE right now, except for the man that's coming up soon. But I'll get to that in just a little bit. So Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank, still Mr. Money in the Bank to this day. And they had a match for the vacant, or the abeyant, whatever the fuck it was, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, where John Cena became a 15-time champion. John Cena became a 15-time champion. I'm not upset at all, to be honest with you. I was upset then, of course, but it leads into what happens later in the future. Now, of course, there was a pay-per-view in between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, but I'm gonna kind of skip over it. It was Battleground. Not really much happened. It was a decent show, I mean, but not really much happened. Chris Jericho came back and he fought Bray Wyatt and he got the win over Wyatt. So it's all fine and dandy. And John Cena defended the title in a Fatal 4-Way match. Harmless show. Kind of built up to the next pay-per-view, which was SummerSlam. As far as I'm concerned, this year's SummerSlam was the best SummerSlam since 2002. And that's a long time. Last year's SummerSlam was awesome as well. And I'm even a fan of SummerSlam 2008. This year's SummerSlam, we had something happen that just totally, it's changed the game of WWE. It changed the landscape to this day. And that is Brock Lesnar defeated John Cena to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion in extremely convincing fashion, as Michael Cole put it. That was an understatement. That was the biggest squash world championship match that I have ever seen. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. Everybody thinks that. I knew that match was going to be brutal, and I knew a lot of shit was going to happen in it, but good God, Lesnar destroyed Cena, and even that's an understatement. Lesnar absolutely victimized Cena, just like Paul Heyman said that he would. Let me do this real quick. Cena was Brock Lesnar's bitch that night. Lesnar destroyed, absolutely victimized, conquered. Brock Lesnar conquered John Cena and became WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And I have no problem with that whatsoever as well. But Trey, you had a problem with The Rock being the champion. Of course I did. And here, in my defense, Lesnar has been active in WWE for a few years. For the past couple of years. A few appearances here, a few appearances there. whenever he left UFC, he hadn't been gone from UFC that long before he got into WWE. So he's been in wrestling / MMA for a long time. He's kind of made the transition from cage fighter to professional wrestler once again. The Rock had been out of wrestling for so long, and in interviews, he just seemed like he didn't give a shit about wrestling. That is why I had a problem with The Rock being the champion. He had totally forgotten. It seems like he didn't even care about the wrestling at all. And I know I'm not the only one that sees this. He didn't. It seemed like he did. Now, of course, we all know that he does care, and that his appearances and coming back and winning the championship was Vince McMahon saying thank you for, all the years that you've dedicated to us and all. Now, back then, I was pretty stupid. I didn't see that. I was pissed and whatnot. I've grown a lot older. I'm wiser now, to an extent. But I have no problem with Lesnar being the champion. He's still the champion to this day. And it's just the way that he beat him. That wasn't a match. That was a moment. That was a moment in time that it may be forgotten, but it'll be a very long time till I get that image of all 16 German suplexes that Lesnar delivered to Cena. Fuck, within the first minute of the match, Lesnar laid him out with an F5. And it just went for Cena, all downhill after that. And then, of course, we had Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in the greatest lumberjack match of all time. I had to say it like that because it was the greatest lumberjack match of all time. It's Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. You know that match is going to be good. Not good, but great. After SummerSlam, we had Night of Champions. And we had Lesnar versus Cena 2. Well, technically it'd be like Lesnar versus Cena 7, 8, whatnot, if you count the SmackDown from back in like 2003, 2, whatnot. But in this year, we're talking about this year, Lesnar versus Cena 2, and I was pretty surprised that Cena would want his rematch, for the title this early because of the way that he lost it. Because this is my thing. Alright, pretend I'm John Cena. Okay, hang on. I just committed internet suicide right there. But humor me. Pretend I'm John Cena. I'm the face of the company. I've beaten basically everyone that there is. I'm a 15-time champion. I'm this close to breaking Ric Flair's record, even though he's not really. There are some reigns that have, that they don't recognize, but whatever. I'm this close to breaking Ric Flair's record. I'm on top of the world. And I just got my ass kicked, destroyed, conquered. If I was John Cena, which I know his thing is never give up, and I like that. That's fine with me. But, by the way, that's my grandma in the background, so just ignore that. I think I'm going to chill for a while. I think I'm going to sit back and look at my options. Do I want to go ahead and get my rematch now? Or do I want to rest up, train a little bit more, get bulked up a little bit more, and then come back and get my rematch? But more power to him. At least he gets a WWE World Heavyweight title match, which he lost by disqualification. Well, actually, no. He won by disqualification, but Lesnar's still the champion because Seth Rollins came in and attacked Cena. Lesnar still WWE World Heavyweight Champion. On to Hell in a Cell. We had John Cena versus Randy Orton inside the cell, which I was very concerned of. I was very concerned about that match because of their first Hell in a Cell encounter, which, to be honest with you, in my opinion, sucked. And the winner of that match would become the number one contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Cena won with an attitude adjustment off of, it was either the top rope or the middle rope, threw a table on Orton, and he picked up the win with that. That was a pretty damn good match, I must say. Then at the end, the main event, Dean Ambrose takes on Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell, which I predicted that match a long time ago, and I really wanted to see this match. This match delivered. It was crazy. They fought on top of the cell. They fell. They went flying off the side of the cell, one through one announce table and the other one through another. It was chaos. Speaking of chaos, a certain superstar happened to make his return at the end of that match, Bray Wyatt. He came in, the lamp was in the middle of the ring, or the lantern was in the middle of the ring, smoke appeared, and then like a ghostly figure was standing in. All of a sudden, Bray Wyatt comes out and attacks Dean Ambrose, costs him the match. And now we set up for Survivor Series this Sunday. This Sunday, live on the WWE Network for free. For free. This month it's free, apparently. More power to you. I'll be getting the network pretty soon, so I'll be able to see the pay-per-views whenever I want. Because after November, it'll only be $9.99. Whatever. Survivor Series. We've come full circle now. Team Authority versus Team Cena. If Team Authority wins, all of Team Cena is fired. I think that's what it is. If Team Cena wins, then the Authority is out. Goodbye. See you later. We all say goodbye to the Authority. Who will win at Survivor Series? I have no idea. I'm going for Team Cena just because I think that the Authority has kind of ran its course. But I don't really know what else they could do with the Authority. But I don't know. We'll see. And then we have Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt, which I kind of hope that this match goes to like a double disqualification so we can see these guys at TLC. I think it's safe to say that we will see these guys go against each other at TLC, but I want to see these guys just go all out, just brawl, just go crazy, just like, here's the ring, here's some weapons, fucking kill each other. Okay, that's fine. I want to see that. All in all, 2014, despite a few hiccups here and there, was an awesome year for WWE, and it's not even over yet, because we got Survivor Series, and Survivor Series is going to be, well, I think it's going to be a good show, and it's, for the past couple of years, Survivor Series have been a, but, hey, maybe they'll pull something, maybe they'll pull off something awesome, I don't know. Well, that's really all I got for this episode. I'm so glad to be back on YouTube. I did miss it a lot. It's just I had to take care of other things. Real life comes first, but now I'm back. Episode 41, I don't know exactly when I'll be able to do the next episode, but I do know that it won't be another 11 freaking months. I promise you that. It won't even maybe be a month. It may be in a couple of weeks, but I will stay on top of it and make sure that from here on out, I stay active on YouTube because I'm getting back into YouTube. I'm going to be getting back into wrestling training by the beginning of 2015. I've got my job, I've got my girl, I've got family, I've got friends, I've got everything's just going awesome for me right now. Knock on wood. So, subscribe to this channel as well. Also, go like the Trey's Point of View Facebook fan page for daily posts, and I get into some discussions on there as well. And I think the page has like 144 likes at this point. But hey, you could be the one in 144 and 1. That sounded way better in my head. Just go like the Facebook fan page. I'll leave it in the description box below. Also, check out these channels as well. iRock. Are you a heavy metal fan? Are you a hard rock fan? You need to check out iRock, or it's gonna run wild on you. So check out iRock, which is run by John Rucker himself. iRock 1, iRock 2, iRock 3. All versions of iRock are awesome. And he posts daily videos. Well, not really daily videos, but daily updates, daily posts, daily all sorts of shit. And also go check out Rock and Roll Wrestling Show, run by Chris Levi 13 on YouTube, which of course y'all saw his stupid ass earlier run through my video. But that's all fine and dandy because, yeah, I mean, he's Chris. It's whatever. But yeah, so go check out the Rock and Roll Wrestling Show. The new season just started. He just did episode 20, which is on his page, Chris Levi 13 at YouTube. And as I've said before, subscribe to this one. More videos to come in the future. Trey's Point of View is officially back. The evolution has begun. See you guys on the next episode.